there were problems on the bridge. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I passed by there every day, and now the traffic was terrible. I don't know why, but I think it's because the raining, but I don't know. Today was difficult.
Maybe because it's raining. Maybe I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
All right, but yes, Larissa, you don't look like you are tired, and I don't feel that anyone is looking tired today. There are some Wednesdays where I look to your faces and oh my gosh, everyone is tired today, exhausted. Today you are not with a tired face. Jefferson, what about you, my man? What did you do today? How was your day? Tell me in a little bit of details.
Okay, I woke up 6 a.m. I went to the gym. Then I read the Valor Econômico in English and Portuguese.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah, and I used to write an article.
Here too.
Some article. Today I had no class, but just work in my home. It's very important for me. And at 7:30 p.m., I walked 1 hour. I was watching now about financials. How is the market today? How finished the market today? And now I'm here with you, prepare for.
And now you have an obligation. You have to share with us what you eat. What's your diet routine?
Yeah.
What do you eat, man? Because
the secret.
I need. What's the secret? Because I need this energy. And Pep too. Pep wants to be like you. We need to be like you, man. You have a lot of energy, and I'm telling that as a compliment. Because sometimes it's really tiring, really exhausting. But you are always with this mood and this big smile in your face, and I really admire this on you. Tell me the secret.
Yeah, and just to finish, I talk 1 hour with a businessman because I'm doing valuation of a big company here. Not a big,
wow.
Medium-sized company.
Yeah. Big day, a big and productive day. So okay, let's start. I will of course introduce myself first, and then I will share. Today I'm not gonna divide us into groups because we are only in 5, so we don't need to go to the breakout rooms. But 1 minute while I share the screen with you. All right, so let's talk a little bit. I will, like I always do, I will introduce myself and I will introduce Talk and Talk to you, of course. And then we start answering the questions I've prepared for you. So first of all, what is Talk and Talk? So Talk and Talk is a platform where you can learn English through practice and communicating, to others, your feelings, your opinions, your thoughts, and you learn through it. So Talk and Talk is a platform where you can really learn English practicing, doing what you really want to do, that is share opinions and ideas in the language you want to achieve. Because we always say here on Talk and Talk, the language, the English language is not so important. The really important thing is the communication, is people, people are important. Human beings are important. And English language is the tool we use to connect to other people. So keep it in mind that the important thing, the really important thing here is not the English language, but the people. So Jefferson, Monica, Pep, Larissa, Yuri, we all have things to share, and we always have something to learn. So it's not the language. It's not a class because we are in an immersion. I'm sorry for the typo here. We forgot the second S, but you understand. It's not a class, all right? It's an immersion. So here we have to talk. We have to express with the vocabulary and the tools we already have in our hands. So we have to use what we already have. Don't worry. Oh my God, I only have a few words. Use your few words and try to use your gestures, your hands, or maybe, some word in Portuguese, maybe one or two, not more than that, but that's that. Here I will lead the group today, but sometimes that we can go to the breakout rooms. And now I'm talking for you guys who are with me now, but I'm also talking to the people who are on the YouTube channel, all right? So when we have more than 6, 7 people together, we divide you into groups on the breakout rooms so you can share your thoughts. Our philosophy is that you can learn through the process. So you have to face the challenge of trying to communicate, all right? This is the only way you can really learn. You can really unlock your English skills. And don't forget, we are live on YouTube, so you will get famous, at the end, until the end of this meeting. And we also have plans for those who wants to have classes with teacher and material. So you can go to talkandtalk.com.br and you can find a plan, a perfect plan for you. So that's that. Let's start our talking. And the topic today, we're gonna talk about competition, all right? Competition. So I will share the questions on chat. Let me share with you guys, right? The questions are on chat. Can you see the questions, guys? Right. Okay. Let me share on screen to the people on YouTube so everyone can see. Right. And let's talk. The first question, we're going to talk about competition. Competition is something very, very interesting, yeah? Because competition is something that, can lead us to a good thing, yeah? A good end, maybe a good product, a good result, or something like that. And maybe the competition can be also a bad thing, and it can lead you to arguments and violence and aggression, So competition is not something good or bad. Maybe it's a tool that we human beings use to achieve some goals. So let's talk about it right now. The first question is, what images spring to mind when you hear the word competition? I will start with Jefferson. And Jefferson, you choose the other person to answer the question after you. And first, before you answer, please introduce yourself and talk a little bit about you.
Okay, good evening, guys. I'm Jefferson. Can you listen to me? Yeah. Good evening. I'm Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, Goiás. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás. What else? And it's a pleasure to be here. what comes to my mind about competition as an economist, I'm thinking about prices. You must lead with lower price, sometimes not so easy. I'm thinking about the high quality of goods and service. I think it's very important in our life. You must have the best goods and service. And what else? I'm thinking about a greater variety of products and service. So you must produce for big, not monopoly, but a competition very open, a lot of guys and enterprises, entrepreneurs. I think it's very important about this variety. And to finish, I think today competition is innovation. It's very important. Every day you must have the best quality of goods and service, the best prices, variety of goods and service, as I said, because you must innovate it every day. If you can't innovate it as a businessman, you will die. And you, Pepe, what do you think about it?
I was thinking because you bring me something very nice, because I was thinking in competition, for example, like sports. So the first thing that comes to my mind was the sport, for example, the Olympics, the World Cup, and it's something that I think is very nice. And I didn't remember about, for example, business competition. So I think you bring a cool topic. And yes, this is the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about competition. So this brings me something cool, because I think competition, I'm a competitor, so I like that. And sport, I think, is the perfect example, because I don't like sports when no one wins. So this don't make sense. So one person needs to win. So, oh, I didn't win that. Okay, try again and get better and try again. So I think this will improve you, because we are trying to getting better and show others that, oh, I'm good in that. And it's all okay, because out there are competitors. So out there are trying to do that. So because that is something nice. So everyone go, for example, to the Olympics to do your best to say, oh, I'm very good in that. And everyone there is with the same feeling. And oh, I lost, I get bad. But what they do, they try more harder to do again. So I think competition is this that comes to my mind when I think in that. And you, Larissa or Liza?
It's Larissa.
Larissa, okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
But everyone calls me Lari, but I don't know. The first image that came to my mind when I think in competition is an athlete, like Pedro said, and maybe an athlete running. But thinking about my area, about my work, I can see a person with a high position in a company. You know, I have some thoughts about that. And what about you, Monica?
At this moment, when I think in a competition, I remember the World Cup, because I think it's the subject, the moment. And we have another example in sports. Example, Rebecca Andrade is a good competition. Raíssa, the skate, I think it's a good idea when I think in a competition. But in this moment, I think I do relation the competition only the sports, but I think it's the moment of the World Cup.
All right, very good, guys. You Pedro, you Pep, you mentioned something very interesting. That is that in a competition we have a winner sometimes we have a winner and a loser, and I think it's totally normal. And nowadays I see some, you know, some institutions, they create competitions, but there's no competition, you know, there's no winner, so everybody wins. I see, I don't see any sense in those things, because I think, of course, sometimes we want just to have fun, but I think that it's important to learn how to compete, you know, not only to win, but to make part of a competition. And sometimes to lose, you know, losing is important too, because when you know how to lose, you understand that in life, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And what is really important is that you move forward. You move one step forward. You learn with the process. You learn when you lose, and you learn when you win. So it's exactly what comes to my mind when I hear the word competition nowadays. All right, I love sports, and I love fighting sports. So I love Muay Thai, for example. It's my favorite sport nowadays. I love calisthenics too, but Muay Thai is the idea of competition, because you have to fight, you know, against another man, and you have to win. But of course, I love the other sports too. So that's that. Are you a competitive person? Why or why not? Let's start with Pep now, please. Pep, you do the same, all right? After you answer, choose someone to
Okay.
answer.
I'd rather reply that because I'm totally a competitive person. I like that. And when is something that everyone say, oh, this is a competition, I will say, okay, I don't like to lose, so I will be a competitor. Okay. So this is an agreement. So for example, this is just a funny play. Okay, but I don't want to lose. I will play to win. But you are, so it's not the feeling. It's totally the feeling, because no one likes to lose. For example, I will play cards with my girlfriend. I, I, I will want to win. I will try that. If I lose, okay, I will say, okay, you was better this time. Congratulations, but next time I will win. So I never will play to lose. So the fun is play. Okay, the fun is play, but win is better. So if you can play to win. I think is that the meaning. How about you, Monica?
I don't like games. No, I am not a competitive person. I think I don't consider a competitive person. I am a dedicated and a persistent person in my job, in my studies, but not a competitive.
Choose
Larissa?
another one.
I don't know if I would like to play with Pep. I I don't like to lose too, but I I not consider myself a competitive person with another person, but just with myself, because I can do my best and trying to improve my skills, my knowledge, to getting better in general. And of course, my goals is to get a higher position in my job and a good salary, a better salary, because money is important too. And what about you, Jefferson?
Pepe is the guy, the winner takes it all. I remember the music. But about me, I love to play soccer. And I think it's very important you pass the ball to the other guys. The ball is not only for you, you must pass the ball, and you must to try to score a goal. It's very important in soccer to score a goal. and because you must think maybe the last chance in that game, so you must have about soccer, you must think the soccer goal. What's the end of a soccer? I think the end of soccer is a lot of guys trying to be good, for human spirit to innovate it and to achieve new heights, and have the best relation with the other guys. I think with the other guys. That's all of this. That means that I'm competitive person. Yes, I'm competitive person, but I like to, as I said, to pass the ball to the other. The ball is not only my ball. I must to share the ball with the other guys, because we must achieve the goals together.
Yeah.
And Yuri Gagarin.
All right. About me, I'm a competitive. I'm a very competitive person. So let's play something, Pedro, you know, because I'm gonna try to win, man. So, but of course, I'm a little bit like Pedro. I know how to win, and I know how to lose too. You know, I have no problem losing, but I like to win. And about passing the ball, you know, I think it's important, but it's not about being competitive. Maybe it's more about knowing how to balance, you know, your role, you know, when you have to act by yourself and when you have to maybe when you have to let other people do what they have to do, you know. So it's about group work, you know. When you have to work with a group of guys, a group of people, you have to pass the ball, you have to pass some responsibilities, because if you don't do that, if you want to control everything, maybe it's not going to work. Yeah, but anyhow, even the guys that are playing soccer and are passing the balls, they are very competitive because they want to win. They want their team to win. They will never pass the ball to the adversary, you know, never. Maybe if, you know, the ball went out or something like that. But I like this idea, Jefferson. Very good. Why are some people very competitive as Pedro? Pedro, why are you so competitive?
I don't know. I think it's a feeling. As you say, I know how to lose, and I have no problem when someone wins me. I think, okay, you are good. So I think so about the feeling, because when you win, the feeling of winning is amazing, because you feel great with that. You say, oh, I win against this person. And maybe this person was not trying the best, but I will always try my best. So, oh, if this is a competition, try your best. So for me, it don't make sense. Try something that you will try on half. So I will do that only for you. I don't care if I win or if I lose. So we're not trying that. So I think this is disrespectful for the other person. So try your best ever.
You are truly competitor, man.
Yes. And you, Yuri.
Right? Me? No, I will pass the question to the other guys.
Okay, so Jefferson, please.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Jefferson, you.
It's my turn now. It's okay.
Yeah, you can choose.
Yeah.
I prefer that you answer, because, you know, I have to host. I answer in the end. Go, Jefferson.
Sure, no problem. Well, let me think about it. Yes, some people are very competitive, because I think it's part of our life, because you must be good at everything that you must do. I was listening some guy, Carnal, I don't know the first name, Leandro Carnal, something
Leandro
about
Carnal.
this. That's very interesting. They talk about this. For example, compare the guys from Brazil from other countries like the United States. Here in Brazil, we talk, maybe I do this, maybe I do that, maybe only maybe. And in the United States, they used to say, I do my best in everything, as a professor, as a businessman, as a customers, and everything. In the United States, you try to do your best. I'm doing my best, and not maybe do this and that. I think this is part about why people are very competitive.
All
And
right.
I think the Brazilian guys must to think about this, because unfortunately here we have the Brazilian way, o jeitinho brasileiro. For me, it's terrible, everything. And sometimes the people are not competitive.
All right. And Larissa, what about you?
I think competition is related to power, to being the best and always win, you know. I've seen a lot of competition in my college or at my work, and the most of times create a terrible vibe, you know. I don't like I don't know, this feeling, you know. Sometimes it's a little unnecessary, but in the, I don't know, it's great, and trying to do your best, your better, but sometimes it's I don't like this feeling, you know.
Larissa, let me add a question. You answered now the question number 4, all right? Is competition good for us? So maybe you answered this question now. But I want to know, try to think about good points and bad points, good things and bad things about competition. 3 things, 3 good things and 3 bad things about competition.
Well, the good points first. I don't know, try to do your best. I think it's great, it's amazing.
All right.
And maybe getting a higher position on your job or a higher salary, it's amazing.
All right.
And I don't
What
know,
else?
the third point.
Third one.
I don't know.
All right. So if you don't know, go to the bad points.
Okay, bad points. Create a horrible vibe at work or at college.
All right. You don't like the vibe of competition.
Yeah.
All right. Second one.
Maybe people want to be better and to, I don't know, how can I say, to, I don't know, pass over me. I don't know if I am correct.
I understand. All right. And okay. So it's the second or third one?
Second one.
Second.
I
And
don't
the
know
third.
the third.
You don't know the third? All right. Let's go to the guys. Let's go to the guys. Let's talk to Jefferson. Jefferson, is competition good for us? Yes or no? And please give me 3 reasons, good reasons why competition are good, and 3 points, that you think are not so good about competition. So 3 good points and 3 bad points.
I think the good point, when we have a health competition, in my case as a professor, because I think there is no explicit winner or loser, because we work together to have the best grades of our university, best score, and to have a good level of education. I think this is our purpose from our mission from the universe. I think it's not this kind of one fight against the other to measure a person's desire to surpass the others. I think this is not so good because we work together. Together we are a fighter. Together we are better. I think that's the way I think about competition.
All right, but the points you said, 1 point. I would like 3 points, 3 good points and 3 bad points. You know,
the first point, good point. You must to be try to do your best.
Your best, all right.
To qualify. In my case, to qualify
all
all the
right.
time.
Second
The
point.
Second point, to be up to date. It's
To
very
be up,
important because
to be up to date.
about innovation. I think you must to be up to date.
So innovation. And the third one.
And the third one, you must to look for the other, in my case, the other university.
All right.
You must to try to be better than the other universities. I think this is good.
Okay, okay. And bad sides, the bad points of the dark side of competition, please. Try to say in 1 sentence or something like that.
When you try, you have the desire to surpass the other or the other guys, not in a good way.
So surpass or humiliate, maybe, yes? Humiliation or something like that.
Yeah.
Second one.
The second one, when you can't achieve the goals.
Okay,
you had
so
a lot of chance and goals and can achieve the goals.
The feeling of failure, maybe. So I'm failing and okay. And the third one.
The third one, oh God, the third one. I really don't know.
Bad things. You think, oh, this happens when you have competition. What happens when you have competition? What bad things happens when you have competition?
I think when you can contest the other guys, you can contest the group and not in a good way, because you must to control over resources or something like this.
All right.
You must to control everything and not in a good way.
All right. So the power to control everything. I don't know if it comes from competition, but okay, very good. Pep, now it's your turn. 3 good points and 3 bad points. I know the bad points are gonna be harder for you.
I was thinking here and I got 3 points, but I already forgot that. So let's in this bit. For good points, I think you will try your best.
Yes.
I think is a good point.
Totally agree.
We'll try improve more.
Yes.
So your best for the moment, so you can improve and try be better. And I think the third point is the feeling of achievement. When you conquer something, the feeling I think is amazing. So
you love this feeling, man.
The feeling of achieving something, the feeling of winning something. So I think 3 good points.
Pedro, you show that. I can feel that here. You know, you are passionate because I
totally believe in that.
Winning.
I'm saying from my heart, I believe in that. And the
Very
3
good.
bad points.
3 bad points. The hard moment for you.
People that don't know how to lose.
Yeah, it's bad.
This is terrible because
terrifying.
It's a competition. So someone wins, someone need to lose. So people that don't know how to lose, people that want to win against everything, so they don't have ethic. They do what they need to do. So it's like they say in the love in the war, everything is valid, and I don't believe in that. I think we need to have ethic, to have feeling with the other person that is trying the best too. And the third point, I think, is when the good person don't try to help other, because for example, we have different level of development. So there are people, for example, Jefferson is a professor. He has the knowledge. So if we don't share this knowledge, we can't achieve the point that he is. So he can do that. So the people that have a good point, has a good knowledge and don't share that. So they keep this only from him and say, oh, I'm the best in this. I will not share this because the other people will increase too. I will keep this to me to maintain the distance from others. And I think is the opposite. If you are good in something, you need to teach others to them be good too, to you compete with them. So I think
Very
this is
good.
a third bad thing.
All right. Very good. You are very creative, guys. I love the points, the good points and the bad points. Yeah, I think the good points are about innovation. You know, if you compete, you have innovation. You know, if you have to be a competitive person, you can innovate more. And I think about motivation. Sometimes I think the best motivation for something is the competition. You know, sometimes it's not every time, but sometimes it is. For example, I worked in a company and I had to, for example, we had uh, a score that we had to, you know, to go in, to win this score, to make a lot of money. And it was awesome, you know, extra money, because we were already making a lot of money. But to make more money, we had to, of course, sell more. So to sell more, we were trying to learn more. We were trying to, but you know, in this company, we didn't have this bad mood, this bad you know, environment. So everyone was, you know, of course, from time to time we had a bad person who wanted to lie or to do bad things, you know, in order to win. But it wasn't a rule, you know. The rule was everyone was trying to win, was trying to sell. So who wanted to sell more was waking up early and, you know, going home later because they were trying to sell. It was good. It was a good experience. And the bad sides, I think it's, you know, when people don't know how to lose to, they feel humiliated. So the feeling of humiliation is not something good. Of course, when we talk about violent sports, for example, aggressive sports, maybe you have to be more. Sometimes, I don't know, depending on the style of the fighter. For example, some fighters are more aggressive, you know. And I sometimes I think this is interesting, you know, because it's not a sport of shaking hands and saying, "Oh man, you know, good luck for you." No, it's not. It's an aggressive sport, so you have to face the other man and say, "I will win," and you know, you have to lose. You have to, I don't know, maybe put some fear in the heart of the other fighter. You know, it's interesting and funny. I like that. All right, but let's talk. Let's talk about the another interesting question. Sorry. David Sarnoff said, competition brings out the best in products and the worst in people. What does it mean? Do you agree with this affirmation? Let's talk to Jefferson, please. Jefferson, what's your idea? Do you agree with David Sarnoff?
I think this expression, this quote, I think it's for Steve Jobs. I read a lot about the Steve Jobs, the best product in the world, so nice, but about people, he was not so good. The worst, maybe in some cases, not so good. And
no, but this is just an affirmation. He thinks that he's not talking about people being bad, but competition brings out, you know, the best in products, so we can make good products. products because of competition, but we transform people in worse people, you know. This is what he says. Do you agree with that? Do you think this is true?
No, it's not. It's not the truth. Because, for example, I have the best cell phone, and I love my cell phone. And the cell phone is so good for the people to communicate it, to do a lot of things. It's not worse than the people. I think it's not the problem. But I was thinking about the guy, you know, the guy, and the relation about the competition, about the product, and about to be a worse than people. But no problem. I don't agree with Dave Cernoff. I don't agree.
All right.
I don't agree.
Very good. Very good.
Because we have I think the best product, like a lot of cars, computers, and etc., and not the worst in people.
Not the worst.
By the contrary,
so competition is good.
Yeah, we improved our capacity to innovate, the capacity to do a lot of things, to do our best with good products and not the worst.
Good, Jefferson. Thank you. Larissa, what do you think? Do you agree with David?
Maybe, because I don't know. I have an example. I remember in my first internship, I felt an architect want to compete with me and didn't make sense, because I was too young and just an intern, you know. And if she was really good at her job, her work, I shouldn't be a threat, right?
Yes, I agree with you.
So I don't know how can answer this question, but I remember this example.
All right, very good. Pedro, what about you? Do you agree with David Sarnoff?
I think I'm the same as Jefferson, only the first part. I totally agree with competition brings out the best in products, because products is something that don't have feeling. So this is easy. So everyone will want the best product. So if some company is doing the best product, I go to there and the other company will improve, and this make the competition and this improve the products. And I totally believe in that. When some company has, for example, the monopoly, they are comfortable with that, so they don't want to improve because they are receiving the money. Why they will spend money trying to improve something that is good for them? So it's not good for the clients, but it's good for the company. So monopoly is not good, and competition is totally good for products and services. But when we're talking about people, it's hard to affirm something, because people has feeling and every persons are different. So this can bring for me the worst that I have, but this can bring for you the best that you have. So I think this can be affirmed. So the first part, yes, totally can be affirmed, but the second, no. So we can see a lot of good examples in the sports, in the other competitions. So it's not only the worst thing that this bring out. I think this bring out both the worst part, but also the good part.
Yes, very good, Pepe. Yeah, guys, I have to say that I totally agree with Pep, because yeah, I believe that the first one is perfect. You know, competition really brings out the best in products, because if you have competition, of course, you have good products, because, you know, everybody wants to sell. And in order to sell, if you have a neighbor who is making the same cake you make to sell, you know, for the same price, of course, people will buy the best, the best cake. So you have to be a very good, you have to create a very good cake, a different cake. Yeah, you have to be innovative. All right, and yeah, and I believe with you. I believe I agree with you, Pedro, because yeah, people are different, and maybe I can be the worst guy because I'm in a competition and I want to win anyhow, anyway, you know, so I'm gonna do whatever I have to do because I want to win, and I won't think about other people, and I won't think about my family. I won't think about, you know, ethic or things like that. But we can have a lot of good and honest people winning, yeah, like we have in sports, for example. Very good. I love your explanation, Pedro. I totally agree with what you've just said. Guys, I wanna leave you with this question. A competitive person is always a winner, and an uncompetitive person is always a loser. Think about it. Don't answer right now. You know, I want you to think about two questions. This one, the number 10, and the number 7. That is, do you think life is a competition? Why life is a competition? You know, why do you think that it is or it is not a competition? Think about it, and guys, try to do maybe try to write something, you know, 5 lines, maybe 6 lines answering the questions. It's very good for you to write down your answers because it's going to help you to think better and to organize your thoughts, you know. So writing is really important. So do that. If you are watching us on YouTube, do that too. Try to answer the questions number 7 and 10, you know, at home, and create your answer writing. And after that, you go to the mirror and you read aloud your answer. It's perfect. You know, it's a perfect activity. Do that. To finish our immersion today, I would like to ask you if you enjoyed the immersion and the questions and the topic. Larissa, Pedro, Jefferson, tell me. Larissa first.
It
Liz
was
first.
amazing. Always a pleasure. I like to be here every Wednesdays.
Thank you,
And it was
Larissa.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm very happy to hear that. And yeah, I would like you, of course, to be here every Wednesday. I know it's in the end of the year. Maybe, I don't know how many days do we still have left, you know, and I don't know if we're gonna close the doors somehow, but I don't think so because TALK is always on. And if TALK is on, I will be here with you, all right? So every Wednesday at 9 p.m. we are together. I wanna, in the vein, yeah, in the vein. Guys, I wanna ask you to, please don't forget to click to the button, to the link below on chat, and give your compliments, your critics, and your suggestions, especially suggestions of topics. You know, if you want to talk about something, if you want me to bring something to our Wednesday's conversation, please write down, you know, type it down and send your suggestions. It's going to be a pleasure for me to bring something that you want to discuss or you want to talk. All right. So thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Jefferson. Thank you, Larissa. See you another day, and bye-bye. Have a great night. Sleep tight.
Bye,
See ya.
guys.
Take care.
See ya.